Alright, hey, what's up guys? Alex here, Alex Plays, back with another cosplay video. I think you Halo fans in particular are really going to appreciate this one. Yes, we are doing the Rookie from Halo ODST. It's my favorite Halo game, Halo 3 ODST. I'm a huge fan. I've been meaning to put this cosplay together for a while now, so let's just jump right into it. You're going to start off with one of these tactical black shirts. Next, you're going to add a pair of black tactical pants. Now, these are easy enough to get on Amazon. Links will be in the description as always, but you can also get this kind of stuff from any Army Navy place. It's pretty cheap, you know, shirt's gonna run you maybe 20 bucks, pants 20 bucks. Also just depends on quality. I definitely recommend something that is going to absorb and wick your sweat, because out of all the cosplays I've done, this one, you tend to get a little hot wearing it. So definitely keep that in mind. It's gonna be a little uncomfortable wearing this for long periods of time, but you are going to look great. All right, next you're going to add the Rookie's body armor. So I'm gonna start with this here. This is the plate carrier. It's got the buckles as well. I got these from a guy on Etsy called 2 Penny Props, really good YouTuber as well. But yeah, you can get the buckles pretty cheap. But the armor plates here are actually made by a company called Apex Tech, and I'm going to be doing a separate video about them. But they sell a whole bundled set of sci-fi cosplay armor. Really nice quality. The ODST armor was actually an inspiration for their product, so I'll include the links to that below, and definitely stay tuned for that separate video. But this is the plate carrier you get. I have painted it and weathered it. So this is a gunmetal gray, and then a little silver for weathering. Actually got a label maker machine. It's called a Cricut machine. Basically, you can use it to make stencils and stickers and stuff like that. But I wanted to make it very authentic looking, so I've added the UNSC eagle here, the logo, whatever you want to call it. Here, I'll get a little closer so you guys can see that. There it is. You can also say it says UNSC, United Nations Space Command, on there as well. Yeah, I really wanted to nail the look with this. 343 Industries has actually released a really helpful guide, and I'll add a link to that as well. If you're really trying to nail that look and really get it as close and as accurate as possible, you're going to spend a lot of time looking at that. I definitely did. So let's just put this on. This plate carrier vest comes with your Apex Tech stuff, so keep that in mind. Okay, there you go. You're also going to want to zip up your shirt collar all the way, so that when you have your helmet on, people aren't going to be able to see the skin around your neck. You can't really see any of the skin on any of the characters. They're pretty well covered. So, and just a quick note on assembly, I'm doing this kind of in reverse because you can't really see my legs when I make these videos. But the way you would want to put this stuff on is start from the bottom and work your way up. Moving around and trying to like adjust things and move things while you've got like the chest piece on, it's kind of bulky, it's kind of awkward, so just a little note there. All right, next you're going to add a pair of ODST gauntlets. I got these were 3D printed for me from a guy on Etsy. His name is Brian Johnson, I believe. Definitely somebody you're going to want to look up. He's a great resource, great guy to work with. He also sells a complete kit of the entire armor. It's just made out of this lightweight, I think it's a vacuum sealed or vacuum molded or something like that, plastic. So it's definitely, I think, lighter and better than EVA foam. I personally am not a huge fan of EVA foam, but the gauntlets are very distinct, so you're going to want to get these. You don't want to go with like just a generic kind of pair. I think they look great. I've made a few modifications to mine just for comfort, so you can see I have If you can see inside there a little bit, I've lined the inside with foam. That really helps with the fit. I've also added just a little, I gotta trim these a little bit and make them look a little bit nicer, but just some padded tape and then covered with black electrical tape for color. I don't think you can really see it or notice it. Maybe I'll watch this video back and it'll look terrible, but it's really for comfort, because I noticed when I had all this stuff on, if you try to like move or adjust anything, this is really gonna cut into your arm. And definitely, I mean, I'd had to hand trim and sand these down myself, putting these together. But even after that, moving is kind of difficult. So even like moving your arm like this, the edges of the gauntlet are they're gonna dig into your arm, and that's no fun. So definitely go the extra mile, do these little extras for comfort. You're not gonna regret it, especially if you're gonna be moving around a lot. All right, next you're going to add the ODST tactical belt. Now, this is just a regular kind of generic tactical pistol belt. You can go with whatever belt style that you like. I just went for kind of a cheap option, but it works, gets the job done. Basically, the kit that I got comes with these plates and the belt buckle with the groin covering. So the way this works is it's a little complicated, but you're gonna take the belt, you're gonna get your belt, and before you put it on, there is a little bracket on the back of this. You're just gonna slip the belt through it. And now I think you can see why I said start with the bottom, because I can't see what I'm doing. Just want to feed the ends through, so we'll go over the buckle. Man, this is really hard with the chest plate on. Whew. All right, finally got it. That is definitely a pain in the ass getting that on, but once it's on, it's on. Next, you're going to add a pair of fingerless black tactical gloves. Now, the gloves they have in the game are very similar to these. They just have a little bit of differences around the fingers, but I mean, it's such a small detail that nobody's really gonna know or notice. I did look around to try to find like a pair of ODST gloves, but I didn't come across anything in my research, and these just fit the bill, so feel free to go with these, then they're totally fine. I have several pairs of these gloves, actually. I use them in a lot of different cosplays. You'll definitely get a lot of mileage out of them. These would work perfectly with really any kind of military style cosplay. Next, you're going to add the ODST shoulder pads. Now, I don't have them properly strapped in. They do have tabs at the top that you can attach to the vest, just so that they stay stable and aren't moving around all over the place. I just don't have them in right now because I'm not really moving around, and I think you'll get the idea. I think they look pretty good. I got these from a guy in Austria. He sells them on Etsy. Again, links to everything will be below. But they're really good quality. The only issue is they do come with these like ODST flaming skull logos on the side. And if you know your ODSTs, they usually have a blood type sticker that goes here. So unless I thought about putting one on here, but I would have to sand this off, cut it off, and I don't know, I didn't want to mess with it too much, because if it breaks, and then I have to get another one. You can kind of see why the benefit of having the straps on. I might just take the vest off again so I can do the straps properly. Hold on. Okay, we got the shoulder pads on there properly. We got those properly strapped in. They may still fall forward a little bit, but just give them a little nudge, and they should stay in place for the most part. I will say the ones that I got come with these elastic straps. I'm honestly thinking of replacing them, doing a Velcro or something, because they're just basically a piece of elastic on the end of a screw held together by a nut, and it's already broken a bunch of times, so obviously not great design. They look great, but they'll definitely need a little extra love just for the long haul. So you don't want to be at Comic-Con or something and having these breaking all the time, coming apart, you know, it's just a huge pain. So let's get that on there properly. All right, looking good. Okay, next you're going to add a pair of leg greaves. These also come as part of the Apex Tech. Can't even talk. These come part of the Apex Tech armor, and they're going to work with your belt system. It actually is pretty clever. So I had to re-rig this though. The rigging that comes with these is honestly pretty bad, but it's pretty easy to just rework them and use the material that you get along with it to you know, parachute cords, buckles. You'll be able to recut that stuff and then make it work with your belt. So you guys can't see exactly what I'm doing, but they go onto your thigh right there, and then there's just the connector on your belt. Put this one down. You just connect it like that, and then there are straps that you can connect around your leg. Let's get the other side. Kind of tricky. Like I said, it's really hard to see when we've got the chest piece on, so I'm just looking for my belt connector. Shit, where am I? Okay, it looks like my other belt connector has fallen off the belt. That's no problem because you can't see below my waist anyway, so just pretend that's on there. Next, you're going to add the Shin Guards with toe caps. The toe caps are just taped on when you get them, so I had to add a little bit of glue to make sure that they stay on there. But they look great, nice and big and beefy and bulky. Now, the ODSTs do have knee pads, so like my cosplay technically isn't, you know, 100% accurate. We get really, really damn close. But nobody's really looking at your knees anyway, so these will be totally fine. And they just strap on. They've got some cushions in there. The cushions also may come unglued. They just have a little bit of adhesive on there, so you may need to glue those as well. But I really vouch for these because I like beefier, tougher armor, stuff that has some weight to it. And these are like rock solid. Like, this is really tough plastic. It's not going to break on you. Whereas my gauntlets, they're the kind of like, you know, thinner plastic, 3D printing material, well, not 3D printed, but, you know, poured and molded type plastic. I definitely get the feeling that these Greaves are going to last a lot longer than these. Now, the Apex Tech suit does come with a pair of gauntlets. I don't have them up here right now. Check out my other video when that one's out and you can see what those look like. But they're just sort of like, they're not as detailed as this. You know, I thought about just, you know, I can save a little money. I'll use the Apex Tech gauntlets. But, you know, doing my research, the ODSTs have very distinct gauntlets, very recognizable. I didn't want something like that, something that was going to be really visible, to be incongruent or, you know, super inaccurate. But you can, you know, cheat a little bit, and, you know, like with the gloves, like it just, there's some things that aren't going to be 100% perfect, so, you know, don't sweat it. But stuff like the gauntlets, yeah, you're going to want to nail the look. Next, you're going to add the Rookie's iconic silenced SMG. This I got 3D printed from a great guy called Lobster Cosplay. He's a really, really awesome, really talented Halo ODST cosplayer. He also is really impressive. He's got like the visor, but like in his helmet, he's done it so like it can flip up, so it can go from opaque to clear. He just moves his hand over. It's really cool. I'll try to find a link. I think he tweeted that, and I'll try to find a link to it. But he makes this 3D printed Stylus SMG. It'll go for about 80 bucks, which is really reasonable. It just comes as a bunch of 3D printed parts. It does not come assembled or painted. You are gonna have to do that yourself, but it's super easy. You just fit the pieces together, glue them together, just paint it black, add the little red details where those need to be, a little silver paint for weathering, and you're good to go. I think it looks really cool. A note about cosplay weapons. It's not illegal to have prop weapons if you just have them around your house, you're using them for something like this. It's not illegal to have, prop weapons that look like this, at least in the United States, because I have gotten some messages and DMs about that. But if you are going to a convention or anything like that, please take note of their prop weapons rules. If they say, hey, you gotta have orange tips, you gotta have orange tips. Just get some orange caution tape, put it on the tip, no problem. Okay, next you're going to add the ODST silenced Socom pistol. Now, this is another one from Lobster Cosplay. It's pretty cool. It's got the magazines. The slide doesn't work. If you really want to, you can pull it back, but there's really no reason to. Again, comes as a bunch of 3D printed parts. You just sand them down, paint them, weather them, glue them together, and you are good to go. So I think this just looks so cool. I was just such a huge fan of this gun that I just always really wanted one. It's pretty rare that I double dip on weapons for a cosplay because I'd either, what would be the point? You've already got one, so. But yeah, I think this is really cool, and I just love the look of it. It just looks so cool. I haven't figured out exactly where I'm going to put it. The ODSTs, they have like a magnetic system on their legs. So if you see when they do have their guns holstered, it just sticks to their legs somehow, magnets. How do those work? So I'll probably just add like a drop leg holster, something like that. I have one in olive drab, but I'll probably just get a black one so it blends a little bit better. So I'll stick that on the hip and you're ready to go. Now, if you're more of a Halo traditionalist, you can go with an assault rifle. This is the Halo Nerf assault rifle. I have repainted this in the Reach style. I actually sell these on my Etsy if anybody's interested, so I'll leave a link to that below. But this is great also if you just want to do a Master Chief cosplay or standard UNSC Marine cosplay. But this Nerf blaster is great. It's full size. I have a review of this blaster. I have a terrible repainting video that I totally regret because I didn't know how to paint Nerf guns, and then I made a video being like, oh, this is how you do it. Honestly, it was just for the clicks, but I learned my lesson, and I spent a lot of time learning how to paint, and this is the result. So I painted this blaster. Again, these are for sale if anybody is interested. I do a lot of nice touches with these. So you see I've got the Armory logo. On the other side, I've got the UNSC logo. I've even got the proper ammo counter, because when you get these, they come and they say 10. So I've actually printed out the blue vinyl logo, so it says 36. And it's good. It's it's lightweight. It's just like any other kind of cosplay weapon. But I definitely like these. And if you just want something bigger and bulkier, and you're not an SMG type person, this is definitely a great choice for any Halo cosplay. If you don't like the Socom, you can go with the standard Halo Magnum pistol. I've just got a little bit of orange on there. If you want to sell stuff on Etsy, it has to have orange close to the barrel. So these are also painted by me. These are just the Boomco blasters. Nerf competitor basically, but these are great little blasters, and so like with the assault rifle, I painted this in the Reach style. It's got the Armory logo, UNSC logos. There's another one there. Slide works. Still works just like with the assault rifle. Still functional blaster if you want to get it out on the Nerf battlefield. But yeah, just another cool option. And again, I sell this on Etsy. If anybody's interested, the link will be in the description. Now, if you're more into shotguns, we do have this, the Bulldog. Though not featured in Halo ODST, Goes pretty nicely with this armor and is a great fit for any Halo cosplay. I also paint these, like the assault rifle, for my Etsy page. So if you are interested in picking one up for your cosplay, I will leave a link for it below. For those of you looking for something beefier, we have the UNSC Squad automatic weapon, heavy machine gun. Or is it an LMG? I don't know. All I do know is it looks very, very, very cool and will go with not only Halo cosplays quite well, but really just any kind of sci-fi cosplay. I saw this online and I figured it would be good to paint. I think it looks pretty cool. So a link to this below as well. All right, and the last thing you're gonna add is your Halo ODST helmet. This is a very high-end helmet from Johnson Arms Props, really great guy to work with. And yeah, it's amazing. It's definitely very expensive though. This helmet is more than $500. There are a lot of different prices for helmets. You know, these vary. You can get something in the $100 to $200 range, but I can't speak to the quality of that. I don't have one of those around. What I can say is this helmet is very, very, very good. Having a bit of issues with the visor fogging, so I'm working to get a little fan installed. So I'll just turn that on when I'm wearing it, and we'll hopefully vent out some of the hot air that is steaming up the visor. You can also wear a gaiter. Just put that over your mouth, and that will hopefully take the hot air and it'll channel it outward. But let's see how it looks. I cannot see anything in there. It's fogging up a little bit. But yeah, there you have it. I'm very hot and sweaty now wearing all of this. It's very hot under these lights as well. Even the camera overheated a little bit. But there you have it. There is your ODST cosplay. I just went with the rookie because he's my favorite character in the game. Oh, my bottom plate is everything. The rookie's just my favorite character. I think he's very, very relatable, and it's an amazing game if you haven't played it. Definitely, if you haven't played ODST, give it a try. Final thoughts on this cosplay: a little expensive, a little pricey, but if you're a fan, hey, you know, you can't put a price on fun. I would say also it's a very customizable cosplay. So if you wanted to do your own, you know, like your version of an ODST, like if it were really you're not playing as any specific character, but you can also take this and do it as any of the other ODSTs. You can be Buck if you want. You know, all you need to do is get a knife and just strap it onto your chest plate. I forget which side he has it on. But yeah, there you have it. It's awesome, and I can't wait to wear this to a convention. All right, guys, that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. The full price of this cosplay, because I can't think of it off the top of my head, I'm just going to add it all up in post and put it in this section right here. So the grand total should be flashing across the screen now. If you would like to put this cosplay together for yourself, I have listed everything that I used for this cosplay, all the links to all the stores, every item. It will be below. Now, do note that this is going to take some crafting skills. I kind of threw this together from a mishmash of different places, but some assembly, like with the gauntlets, was required, and I had to paint my Apex Tech armor. But the helmet came ready to wear, and I had to build the weapons. So, some assembly required, but definitely worth it. All right, that'll do it. Thank you again so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Those things are a huge help and will encourage me to make more videos. Until next time, feet first into hell, troopers.